8 things dogs are scared of, and how to deal with them. If you're the owner of an adorable, furry dog, you already know that they're some of the friendliest, most loving animals in the world. However, like all living things, dogs can be scared and nervous sometimes, which can lead to them acting out in ways that hurt themselves or their owners. If you're concerned about your dog's fearfulness or anxiousness, there are some things you can do to make sure your pet and all family members stay safe and comfortable. Here are 8 things dogs are scared of and how to deal with them. Number 1. Thunderstorms. Thunderstorms are scary for a lot of dogs, but the good news is that it's pretty easy to help your pup feel safe and secure. Here are some tips on how to make sure you're doing all you can to keep your pooch happy. Talk to your dog calmly during the storm. This will let them know they're not alone and help comfort them. Keep your dog close to you by lying on the ground with them, or sitting down with them in an enclosed area like a small room or even under a table. Turn up some calming music or television so your pup has something else to focus on besides the sound of thunder outside. Give your pet extra attention and affection throughout the storm so they know their place in the pack is still strong despite being scared about the weather outside. Number 2. Bugs. Dogs are scared of bugs, so if you see a bug near your dog, don't panic. Instead, just scoop up the bug and release it outside or put it in the nearest container. If you do this, your dog will eventually get used to bugs and they won't scare them anymore. In addition, sometimes dogs want to chase insects, but they can't because they're afraid of hurting themselves. So when that happens, stop what you're doing and let them chase the bug while wearing a harness. Number 3. Fireworks. Dogs are scared of fireworks because they can be loud, bright, and unpredictable. If you know your dog is scared of fireworks, try to keep them inside or in a safe area where they can't see the lights or hear the explosions. Give them soothing things like treats and their favorite toy to distract them from their fears. They might also be afraid of other things like strangers, new people or other dogs that may come into your home. It's important to stay calm so as not to make them more nervous than they already are and explain what's going on so they feel safe with you again. Number 4. Vacuums. Vacuums can be scary for dogs, and many will cower when a vacuum is turned on. Some may even start to bark or whimper. The best way to deal with this fear is to help the dog associate the vacuum with something positive. For example, you could start by teaching your dog that vacuuming time means you are giving them a nice belly rub or tasty treat. Once they get used to these things happening around the same time as the sound of a vacuum, it will be much easier for them to handle it. Another thing you can do is put a rubber mat in front of their favorite spot so they won't hear it from far away. A loud noise coming from behind their head should not scare them as much if they know what's coming next. Number 5. Loud noises. Many dogs are scared of loud noises, especially sudden ones. Luckily, there are a few ways you can help your dog get used to the sound of thunder or fireworks. Give them a safe place to hide and make sure they know it's okay to be afraid when they hear loud noises. If your dog is outside, bring them inside and distract them with their favorite toy so that they don't focus on the noise. The next time your dog hears something loud, use one of these methods for gradually getting them accustomed to it. It may take some time for them to adjust, but in the end they will feel more comfortable being around loud noises. Number 6. Other dogs. The only thing that will scare a dog more than another dog is a human that they don't know. The best way to approach the situation is to act non-threatening and calm. If the other dog doesn't show any signs of aggression, slowly approach it with your hand out so it can sniff you and get used to your scent. This will help the dogs get acquainted with each other's presence and make them less likely to be afraid of one another in the future. However, if the other dog does show aggressive behavior towards you or your pup, back off. Take a few steps back while facing the aggressor and then turn around as if to leave. Usually this shows that there are no intentions on fighting, and eventually the other dog will lose interest and walk away too. Number 7. Ice, snow, or cold temperatures. It is important to note that ice, snow, or cold temperatures can all be incredibly frightening for dogs. If you know your dog's afraid of one of these things and it starts to happen outside, try to take them inside and distract them with toys or treats. It might also help if they have a sweater or coat on. The best way to keep them from being scared in the first place is by making sure they're always getting their exercise. A tired dog who gets enough physical activity should sleep well at night and not feel too intimidated by the environment around him. There are so many ways we can do this. Playing fetch, running after them when they're running away from us, playing tug-of-war with a rope toy, hiding treats throughout the house and letting them find them are all great ways to make sure our dog stays happy.